So we have been doing glacier mass balance on the Elizabeth Glacier here since 2009. We monitor 10 different locations here on the Elizabeth Glacier where we measure accumulation and mass loss.
So here we're going to measure top to tide. So basically from the top of that hole down flush the ice to see how much melt was active since last September. We have 461 centimeters of melt.
So glacier meltwater provides a lot of fresh water to downstream water courses, especially during times of drought. There have been studies recently published saying that by the end of this century, all glaciers found in southern British Columbia are going to be gone. This will have not only dramatic impact on freshwater communities, but also on the people who live downstream and depend on that water for drinking, for agriculture, fishing, and also for the production of electricity.
Always had a way to